Hi guys, welcome back to Laura's Topics. Today is Q&A all about the potato. I've had a lot of really wonderful questions come in, so I'm excited to give you some answers. So since this is a question about kitchen related things, let's go to the kitchen and get started. Varange619 asked, can I substitute a sweet potato for a white potato in most of your recipes? Well, that really depends. You do not want to substitute a white potato in my sweet potato pie because it just doesn't taste the same and it does have a different texture. However, you can substitute sweet potatoes, say for mashed potatoes, for sweet potato fries. You just have to remember that it does change the taste because sweet potatoes are much sweeter, so you're going to have to adjust the seasoning. And sweet potatoes never get as crispy as regular white potatoes when you're trying to roast them. So keep that in mind. Natalie1605 asked, which kind of potatoes do you use for roasting / mashing or any other cooking? Well, if I'm trying to do something like potato skins, for example, and I want the potato to remain its shape, I like to use a russet potato because it does that. A russet potato is a much hardier potato, so it keeps its shape really well. When it comes to mashing, I'm all about the Yukon Gold. It's got a very buttery taste and it's got a really thin skin, so you can actually even leave the skins on if that doesn't bother you because the skin is very thin, not like the russet potato. The russet potato has got a much thicker skin, but when you roast them at a high temperature, the skin becomes very crispy and you can eat it. So for mashing, I like to go with a Yukon Gold. For roasting, I like to go with a russet. Gaga Smoothie said, hi Laura, love you plus your expansive collection of videos. I was wondering what's the best way to make a potato dish or just a potato taste more nice? As by themselves, they're very plain and don't taste like much at all. Thank you for reading this. Hope you have a good New Year's. Well, I think something that's absolutely crucial that not a lot of people tend to do is season their food with just plain salt. And I'm telling you right now, a potato tastes so bland and like absolutely nothing, but as soon as you put salt on it, it tastes like something that is completely different. Salt brings out flavor in absolutely everything, so trust me. Take a potato and roast it real plain, and then put some salt on it. It'll taste like the best thing you've ever eaten. Salt brings out the flavor in everything. So try that next time you're looking to bring out flavor in your potatoes. Forever Yummy said, hi Laura, I love your show. You make cooking fun and your recipes are incredible. I was wondering if you boil potatoes, is it better to leave the skins on or off? Now, to be very honest with you, it doesn't even matter. For me, since I absolutely hate peeling anything, I leave the skins on and I mash them with a potato ricer because a potato ricer catches the skin and it doesn't end up in your food. But you can also peel them ahead of time and then boil them without the skin if that's what you like. It doesn't matter either way. Bunnykins X3 said, hi Laura, I'm a huge fan of yours and I was wondering, when should we throw away potatoes? What are the telltale signs that a potato is just not good anymore? And I don't mean rotting potato because we all know how horrible that is. By the way, but just when they have no more full potential. Well, that's actually a really good question. The potato really, if before you see it rotting, because obviously that's no longer good, when it starts to grow eyes, it actually starts to grow a plant. Once it starts to grow a plant, a potato is no longer good. So once you see roots coming out of your potatoes and it starts to shrivel up a bit, but it's not moldy yet, that's also no good. So once you see those plants coming out of that potato, get rid of it. Nick J13 Lover said, hi Laura, first off, I love your show. I always get that little spark of joy when I see a new episode. You're so cute. And you do such an awesome job with it. Thank you so much for all that. Anyway, whenever me and my mom make some baked chicken, we always thinly slice potatoes and season them as a side. I love when they get crispy but not burnt. What is the proper way to achieve maximum crispiness without burning the potatoes? This is a really great question. Now, something that I do very often, and if you watch my episode on Laura in the Kitchen for my rosemary roasted potatoes, you'll see that I did it in that episode. What I do is I part cook the potatoes ahead of time. You can do this either on your stovetop in boiling water, or what I like to do is put them in the microwave and then let them cook for about 10 minutes. That way, the potatoes are just about all the way cooked through, and all you're doing is putting them in a really hot oven, like 450, for 10 to 15 minutes so they get really crispy, but they're going to be fully cooked through and they will not burn. So cooking the potatoes ahead of time is just a great trick to get maximum crispiness, but without burning, because potatoes take so long to cook. Sometimes if you put them into the oven at a hot oven to get them really crispy, they're going to burn before they cook all the way. So part cook them ahead of time. They come out perfect every single time. Claire Aquati wants to know what the proper way What's the proper way to clean a potato? Now, since potatoes grow underground, you want to make sure that before you eat them, before you cook them, you want to clean them really well. Now, when you buy them at the store, they are mostly cleaned off, meaning most of the dirt is brushed off the potato, but that does not mean that they are properly cleaned. So I'm going to take you to my kitchen and show you how to properly clean them. Now, to clean a potato, you want to use something like a scrubber. Now, they do actually make veggie scrubbers, which look just like this, and this is just one you can buy at any supermarket. Just make sure any scrubber or tool you're using does not have any soap on it. This one's got nice hard bristles, which I like because it gets the potato really, really clean. And what I like to do is just under running tap water, I just like to scrub them really, really, really well to get rid of any extra excess dirt, because like I've said, they grow in dirt. They're very, very dirty. And even when you buy them at the supermarket, well, they're usually still very dirty. So you want to make sure you get a nice clean brush, get your potatoes under running water, and just scrub, scrub, scrub until you get pretty much clear running water. There's no more brown water running down your hands. That's how you know when a potato is really clean. Frog Mistress says, where do you keep your potatoes? I've always kept mine in the drawer in the fridge. I notice if you keep them anywhere else, they get those eyes on them. I keep mine in the drawer in the fridge. So does my grandmother, so does my mother, but my father-in-law keeps his in the pantry along with the onions and the garlic, and it makes me crazy because every time I walk in there, I see trees growing out of the potatoes and the onions because they're no longer that good. Once you see trees growing on stuff, get rid of it. The fridge for me works really, really well. It slows everything down and keeps them fresh. It keeps them longer, so stick them in the fridge to get the best and longest life out of them. Tiffers1009 said, hi Laura, is it important to always peel potatoes? What type of potato can we keep peeled and in what dish? Thanks. Now, great question. It's not that important to peel potatoes. It really isn't. But like I said before, a russet potato has a very tough skin unless you're roasting it and getting it really, really crispy. So if you're making mashed potatoes and you don't mind the skin, I suggest going with a red potato or a Yukon Gold because they have a very thin skin and they're not going to bother you when it comes to taste. It's going to taste delicious. It's got a lot of vitamins in there. So if you don't feel like peeling, girlfriend, I hear you. Don't peel them. Start That's Berry said, how do you cook your potatoes in the microwave? Do you put them in a bowl of water and microwave it or something? Or did you just put it in a bowl or a plate and microwave it? I do it just like that. If I'm just putting the whole thing in the microwave, I keep it whole and then put it in there for about 15 minutes and then I take a knife, insert it into the center. If it comes out really easily and it's nice and soft, I know it's done. Or you can cut them in wedges and then put them in the microwave and do the same thing. Prick it with a knife. If it's soft, it's good. DM Doma 1998 said, are the potato skins bad for you? Absolutely not. There are actually a lot of vitamins in potato skins, believe it or not. So guess what? Go ahead and eat them. They're good for you. Equiv LOL said, hi Laura. I was wondering if a potato ricer is worth the money. P.S. Love your show. You're very nice and beautiful and my family loves all your recipes. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Very sweet. Absolutely. If you're anything like me, where you hate peeling a potato ricer is so worth the money. You just boil the potato whole, in the skin and everything, and then just put it in there, squish it out. The potato comes out the bottom, and the potato skin stays inside, and you just peel it out. It's so perfect, and it gets absolutely the creamiest, most fluffy potatoes out of anything else I've used. So yes, it's definitely worth the money. Peyton Hills 41 said, I always almost cut my fingers while peeling my potatoes. What is the easiest way? Thanks. The easiest way to peel a potato is really with a peeler, just like this. This is a vegetable peeler. You can buy it absolutely anywhere. And unless you're experienced, you don't want to ever do it backwards. So you always take your fingers, you hold them down, and then you just do it like so. Always away from your face and away from your fingers, and then just rotate. That is the best and easiest way to peel potatoes. Never do it with a knife. You always nip yourself. Last question comes from Oyayo. They said, how do you make potato salad? If you go to my cooking show channel, which is youtube.com/LauraInTheKitchen, you'll see that there's a lot of potato recipes on there. And there is a potato salad recipe. It's my grilled potato salad with salsa verde, which is a wonderful and healthy recipe for your traditional potato salad. And yeah, just go on there. There's a lot of great recipes, potatoes or not. So I hope you do enjoy some, and I hope I've answered, all of your questions. And of course, I'm going to be back next week for another topic. So I hope to see you there, and I can't wait to see the questions you guys are going to have for me. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye.